This is Marilyn Horowitz with a script tip for you. One of my students emailed me, "I haven't written in 2 weeks. I'm very upset. I have no idea what to do." My advice always when you can't write is to go to the gym. That's my, because I think that if you're not there, you're not there. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't write. It just means that if you have been writing and suddenly you're stuck, then maybe it's time out. Now, my experience is that what writers call procrastination is in fact something that you don't know. So one possibility is it's not that you're stuck, it's that you simply don't know what to do next in your story. So here's a couple of solutions. One of them is something that one of my students in class called cinema therapy, which is to go watch a movie. But that's good anytime, and that's not necessarily therapeutic, but it's always good to watch a movie and get new information. I find the main problem for getting stuck writing is that you haven't had enough new input, and unfortunately watching movies are the distillation of someone else's input. So my experience is that you have to do one of two things. You have to get out of your house and you have to go somewhere and get some experience, even if it's just going to a different neighborhood and going shopping. But the other interesting way is to do research. In other words, we talk about the 3 levels of conflict in a story, that there's the character inner's conflict, which is, why haven't they already achieved their dream? There's the outer conflict, which is the plot, and then there's a larger level of conflict, which is the societal conflict, which is sort of what's the arena of the story. So in The Godfather, for example, the arena of the story is crime, is the American crime scene, the mafia or whatever, if there is such a thing. And in my student's story, it's set in a very exotic foreign country where there's certainly a lot of very interesting cultural material going on. And so some of the advice that I'm going to give him is to go and see what is happening in his culture that could be constituted as interesting material that would provide subjects for the character's inner conflict that we don't necessarily understand. An example of this would be in Iran, the whole issue of how women dress, they're wearing the black veil that they wear. How is that a cultural custom and what does that mean? And what would happen if someone didn't wear it, and so on and so forth. This is an example of how you can use actual research about a certain culture or the story that you're working on to help you get unstuck. The other way to get unstuck, and this is the best tip I ever got, is to simply start typing someone else's script or a book, and you will find that within a few lines you start rewriting their work, even if it's a great author, and somehow you found your way back into your own story. The main thing is that when you're stuck, it's not because you're lazy and it's not because you're blocked, it's because there's information that you don't know yet about your story. And the question to ask yourself is, what is it that I'm missing? What don't I know? So I hope that for those of you having what you're calling block, we're going to call lack of information. And now when you get this feeling, you're going to start asking yourselves, what do I need to do to get the information I need to get my story back on track? I'll be back soon with another tip. Thank you.